So we got some good news. We have T. Higgins. That's right. T is ready to go, ready to play on Sunday versus the Bills. And actually, Taj Brooks also passed concussion protocol. So both of those guys are ready to go at this moment in time. Everyone on the injury report is going to be W, ready to play, except for two players. Obviously, Trey Hendrickson is out. He's officially out for this upcoming game. And our second injury is Shaka Haywood, who is currently doubtful for this game. So, not the biggest injury report L there. Shaka Haywood does get limited snaps, but it does suck, because I'd love to see Shaka Haywood out there. He's one of those guys who, young linebacker, really up and coming, eventually, hopefully, and he can, really do some good things. So, kind of sucks, but outside of that, everyone else is ready to go. And yes, my friends, my folks, my everyones, that does mean Jermaine Burton is technically cleared for this game. He is technically cleared, okay? There's no injury destination going into this game for Jermaine Burton. Now, does that mean he's going to play? No, obviously not. But he's not technically ruled out yet. Now, again, we're way before the game, right? We're, Friday. But it wouldn't shock me if they were just like, hey, healthy scratch. Healthy scratch on a Friday. They want to make sure they keep that competitive advantage of him being a healthy scratch every single time. For their side, Joey Bosa's out. And this is what I think is going to be the reason why we win this game. One of the reasons, but this is definitely one of the reasons. Not having Joey Bosa is an absolute L for them. Absolutely 1,000%. Not having to worry about him as a pass rusher. They do have other pass rushers, but he is definitely up there for one of the best. So, very happy that he's not out there. I do hope he, gets better. I hope he's ready to go the following week. Because as always, I don't want anyone injured. I just don't want them to play against us. If they get injured one week and then they come back next week, God bless them. But I just don't want to play against them. And he's the type of guy I don't want to play against. And we see what happens when you give Joe Burrow time. And Ravens were a great example of this. They don't really have any pass rushers. When you give Joe Burrow time, he eats. So this should be a situation where Joe Burrow gets plenty of time to throw this football. And in the most important game of the season, you love to see it. You love to see it all the way. So that's number one. Number two, Terrell Bernard is also hurt for them, which is a huge loss for them. So linebacker out. Hopefully that means we get to see Mike Gesicki eat a little bit. Maybe some Noah Fant in this game. Love to see the tight ends really start picking it up. As I said many times, man, I can't wait for Eric Hall to come back. He is going to be an absolute superstar when he comes back. I know it's someone that not many people thinks about right now, but it's one of those guys where it's like he is going to be the guy when he comes back. But anyway, whenever I see a linebacker out, I think of Eric Hall. Spencer Brown, questionable as well. Dalton Kincaid is going to be questionable for this game. So he'll probably play, but that is definitely a huge L for them. As you already know, against tight ends, we just really struggle. And two of their tight ends are on the injury report. So Dalton Knox is not, but the other two are. So that's going to be an interesting situation. Our linebacking crew when it comes to going against tight ends is absolutely atrocious. So not having to deal with, maybe two of their tight ends, one of them being a starter, that's actually a humongous W for us. Josh Palmer is doubtful. If you don't know who Josh Palmer is, I don't blame you. Josh Palmer used to be a Charger for a little bit of time. So he's just I think a pretty underrated receiver, right? I don't really think there's anything wrong with him. But, yeah, so their injury report is their injury report, We'll see how it translates to the game. At the end of the day, we've played games this year where we've had, teams with very positive injury report toward us, like certain players being out, and it didn't really always benefit us as much because we didn't take advantage of it. This is a time we have to take advantage of it. So, it's at the end of the day, you play who you play, but at the same time, we figure it out. And what is this advertisement? We build Ohio. Oh, nice. Let's go. One thing I learned is, let's go. I don't know. Anyway, guys, Jermaine's birthday is going to be a healthy scratch. That is pretty much a guarantee. There's just no way he's playing. Yeah, I've stressed enough my opinions on Jermaine Burton. I really have, and they're going to be the same as they always are. That, I wish the guy really would change his ways and, really take advantage of a beautiful situation that God gave him to play football. But, hey, it's not really in the cards, I guess. Anyway, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.